Hello world, here we are, the Smiths. We're talking about our Journey of Me, and this is for November. So the first week of November, we're going to give you a weekly recap of what we did.
And the reason why we're doing this weekly recap, we know that we spent the whole week off and we really got really busy, but we did stick to our reps and we really focused on our relationships, eating and exercise, practicing something we enjoy, and getting the right amount of sleep. So if you're new to this channel and you're trying to strive to improve in any of these areas, please hit the like and subscribe. But today we're going to go over our weekly recap. So let's talk about what happened on Monday, Elealeh.
On Monday, the R, the E, the P, the S. I'm happy to report that I got it all in. So this previous week, I was on a few days streak. We were on a few days streak, and I wanted to make sure that we actually kept that going. So I was able to eat healthy, exercise. That's really right now the hardest thing on this for me to do, and I was able to do that on Monday. So I was really happy about that.
And the way that we do it is if you have to eat and exercise. So we are getting the eating in some days and we're getting the exercise, but we're really holding ourselves to doing both. So, but overall, you definitely carried us, and I want to thank you for that because we still got a home run from Monday, which led to our 7-day streak. So I love the 7-day streak. That is a day that
and the crowd applauses. Woo!
Yeah, I need to get that sound thing that I can actually hit and actually hear that. But I am going to work on that. But so what happened on the next day?
So you can't end a streak, right? So on the next day, I was determined to keep going. And same thing, I'm happy to report I was consistent. I was able to get it in all 4, and we kept our streak for another home run, which means that we turned into an 8-day streak, which I'm happy to report.
That's great. The key is to make sure we keep it consistent and keep it going. And there are times that, you had to carry me again on the eating exercise. But that's fine. I think you ended up doing that the whole week.
I really did.
I think even in Wednesday, it turned out to be the same thing as well.
Same thing.
You went and Navy SEAL at this. I have to give you credit for that. Especially on the eat and the exercise. There were days that I tried to kind of negotiate. Can I get this one in? And I like that standard. Now that I think about it after a week of kind of enduring the losses, I kind of see the need for how they're very combined together. So if you're working to eat right and exercise, you want to do them both because they do impact you. So
it goes hand in hand. What purpose is it to eat right, but then you don't really exercise, or you exercise but you don't really eat right? You're not really getting the benefit, the biggest benefit.
So we got the whole run as of Wednesday. Made the
9 days. That's important.
Definitely kept it. And going into Thursday, we saw pretty much the same thing, and we definitely kept working toward that. And we got another day, a 10-day.
I want to mention on Thursday, I had a major accomplishment on my P. So I'm in the middle of a real estate certification, and as of Thursday, I completed my first course for that certification. So I'm really happy about it. It has to do with learning something new. I do things professionally, but this is just an interest of mine, and I really wanted to make sure that I got it in. So that was an accomplishment for me. In between everything else that I'm doing, I was able to get that in, and I'm on my way to completing my second course now.
So for those people that are out there, what skills should they try to learn if they're trying to find a new hobby? Is there any advice in finding a new skill? Is it something in a certain area?
There's no rhyme or reason. There's no rule. It's really what makes you happy. The key is, what do you enjoy doing? So it's not work. All of us work. We all have things we have to do to put food on the table, but it's really, what are you passionate about? What do you really enjoy, and what relaxes you?
Good. And that gave us another home run for Thursday. That's a 10-day streak. So it looked like we were definitely on a roll. And then going into Friday, we noticed that
had to stay strong on Friday.
Yeah, I think during the week, that Monday through Friday, you definitely kept it going, and you were strong, and definitely held us down to get up the week link.
Hopefully that'll go into next week.
There is a loss of redemption story here, though, because there was a time that I did come and bring us home. But for the Monday through Friday, normally I do one or the other, and I know most of these I focus on eating right, but then not get the exercise in. or it was, I don't know.
And we have to stay true to it, right? Yeah. So I think that speaks to the integrity of how we're keeping each other accountable. Yeah. It's really good to have a buddy system, and the integrity is we wrote it down. We said yes. Eat and exercise, and we're holding true to that.
Yep, and the integrity is important. That means you're actually doing what you said you was going to do. And it's not always a bad thing to mark something down that you did not get accomplished, because at least you can start seeing a pattern develop and maybe Absolutely. Figure out why you're not being that consistent. But all in all, as a household, we still hit the home run. Again, the goal is one of us should definitely try to cover an area that the other person may not have accomplished. But going into Monday, so this is the beginning.
I wish we had a sound effects for this, because the tables turned.
The redemption story. So on Monday, and remember I did say before, I wanted to thank my wife for really being very consistent and helping me with doing this. This is something that I need personally for sure. And I know she says that, but she's already intact and beautiful and have no need of doing any of these reps in my mind. But I really need this. So I really wanted to come and step up to the plate, and it was just so happened a day that we didn't even really communicate on this day. I think it was just a day that I ended up just so happened to doing it, and we ended up getting that home run.
Yeah, I mean, I ate healthy Monday, but I did not get my exercise in. I ended up taking on some other projects at work and things like that, and I just did not get it in. I didn't make the time and balance my time to get it in.
So that led to our 12-day streak. And again, one of these areas that I really wanted to focus in, I know going into this week, was getting ample sleep. So I know that that's within itself is a whole paradigm to have the right sleep hygiene, training your brain to fall asleep and actually get sleep better. So
this leads into my next day.
So that goes into today. So this is where we are today. So this is yesterday, Tuesday. See, I don't even know what day it is, but I'm on a roll though, because I'm very steadfast, and we see that there's a shift. But that's one thing that's good. Even as a household, we should be able to identify when one or the other is getting out.
Can you hear the tone, people? Can you hear the tone?
But it's a healthy competition sometimes.
It's a healthy competition. And again, back to integrity, I really have to be honest when I just did not make the cut. And again, regarding the E, I'm gonna fall on the sword. I did eat healthy, but I did not exercise yesterday, and I did not. So I talked about that accomplishment for the real estate course. My goal was to make sure and get a little bit in every day on the second course, and yesterday I did not get that in. I got it in Monday, did not get it in yesterday, and so I have to make sure that I pick up the pieces there. And on top of that, I stayed up way too late and did not end up sleeping enough.
Well, that's all right, honey. I still.
But you held it down for the team. So you held it down.
I stepped up to the plate. I pointed to the fences, and we got us another home run.
That's
right.
A 13 days.
I may need to make a sound effect of somebody hitting the bat.
I think we're gonna have to, because we're getting into streak mode here.
Yeah, we're getting into really some serious game mode. So I am really happy. Now today, though, this is where we are.
Redemption.
Because we did have a really good conversation. You can see where you kind of pivot, and now you're definitely back on track. It's only one thing that you were not able to
I didn't quite get enough sleep, but I did bounce back on the exercising, making time, making sure I get things in.
And that's why we talked about having that proper sleep hygiene. I think you can't stress that enough, making sure that you get that complete 7 hours of sleep. And for me, I know, not for you, but I know when the sleep is gone, the eating automatically is in jeopardy. And also, you're too tired to do one of your hobbies. So to me, sleep is a foundation, but I don't know. It's
definitely a foundation for me, and I think it forces me to push harder. If I don't get the sleep like today, I'm having to push harder to get the R, the E, and the P in. I didn't want it to be another completely failed day, so I'm pushing to make sure that didn't happen.
Nevertheless, we're on a 14-day streak, and I think that brings us current to today. And I think in closing, I think again the goal is for us to really work on these 4 areas of life, because we really feel that these are things that can help build peace and clarity for you and your households. But what we're going to do is get deeper into things that we're doing to even build a strong, healthy relationship, or really build a strong eating pattern or a meal plan that we're doing. A lot of people are eating clean, but really defining what that is to you is very important. We'll share what it means to us. Practicing something that we enjoy, again, like you said, finding something that we like to do, that we really enjoy, not work, and then finding something that helps us with our sleep and rhythm. But in closing, what do you want to tell everyone out there before we leave?
I just want to say how much I know this, it looks nice to say, oh, we're on a streak, but this really actually does change my mood. I feel better. I hold myself accountable. I know you've said the same. You feel better, but it really does work. These reps were something that we thought about. It came to us and just trying to put this in. But when I really think about it, this really is what I value. And I really can tell the difference, honestly, when I get it in.
And if work and life balance is something that you value as well, please like and subscribe. This is a new channel. Or check us out on journeyofmeblog.com. And we'll be growing this channel. Please let us know, what are you doing in these areas? Any tools, any processes that you're doing that will help us achieve this consistent journey. Talk to you all later.